Greetings and welcome to Jefficho Films. Today we're going to talk about a 1982 British horror film directed by Richard Jefferies, who worked on the best Fantastic Four movie, Rise of the Silver Surfer. It is technically the best. And Tron Legacy, which I really enjoyed. Well, let's just review Bloodtide. This movie starts out with a cold open, an island in the dark, as we're watching them prepare a girl for sacrifice and listening to narration. Before the dawn of civilization and the early lights of man's existence, life was an eternal struggle between good and evil. The ancients knew the way to placate the beast that lurked beneath the eternal sea and within the unconsciousness of man. Sacrifice, virgin sacrifice. The practice of that bygone age died with the coming of civilization, but deep in the heart of man, the prime evil urge to give new life to an ancient ritual lingers on. So they put a pretty virgin girl on a raft and they launch her into this dark cave where there's strange noises. She's wearing a dress 2 sizes too big. There's bubbling in the water, but we never see what happens, but pretty sure she dies.
Okay, where are all the happy peasants?
Hell with the happy peasants. Where's the concessions? I could use a beer.
But what we do see in present day of 1982 is Cobra Kai's Martin Kove playing Neil Grice with his wife Shelton. They're coming to the island looking for his sister, and that's a weird cat scare.
Was that your cat? That's a very dumb thing to do to a cat, you know.
His sister Madeline's been missing for 4 months, and she's an artist. They meet Nereus, who's the mayor of this place, and he doesn't want them there and wants them to leave in the morning. He's not very helpful.
You are disappointed I can help you no more. I'm sorry.
They do get a room for the night, and Dionysis leads them to it. They ditch him, though, and chase after a girl they think is Madeline. They are 2 very American people in Greece.
Madeline.
You worry, you.
No! It's okay. He's my brother.
Neil spies and then finds Madeline, who's dealing with a very overdramatic Frye, played by James Earl Jones. They have an interesting conversation, and then in walks Barbara, who's an oversharer.
My name's Barbara. Call me Babs.
I'm Neil. This is Sherry.
Pleasure.
I'm Madeline's brother.
Madeline seems like she's in a cult. You'd be surprised how many there are, even today. Neil and Sherry go back to their room to fool around, as Babs and Frye go and row out to his boat. He's going diving at night. He seems to have dived into the sacrifice caves, and it's not his first visit, because he has a whole light set up and made it look really nice down there. He has a large collection of coins, the same ones the virgins had in their mouths when they went down there in the past. And the wall is all sealed up. But he also has some dynamite, so, that's gonna piss off the villagers. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that quietly. Madeline looks on with concern.
Put out the light.
Yep, I think everyone heard it. I also think you released evil, and if the dry ice wasn't scary enough, well, then there's this. Madeline has a dream that night of sacrifice and erotic imagery. The next day, Babs is on the beach, and she's a little ditzy, but she has her assets.
I told you to bring a knife. You don't cut watermelon with a knife.
No big knife.
Madeline's actually on the beach too, and Sherry gives her a gift for her birthday. That's a little bit late, and she takes it, and it's a perfume bottle, and she just pours the whole bottle on herself, which amuses Frye. They all go out on the boat and try and enjoy the day, but it sounds like they hit something, and Frye goes underneath, sees this green slime, and finds out his prop is cracked. They get back and they get a welcoming party because the girl has gone missing. And we're gonna blame the foreigners. Madeline sees Sister Rania, and Madeline's restored a painting with a knight standing on top of a creature. not unlike the one we saw last night, but beneath that was a picture of a boy being eaten by a creature. The locals are guarding Frye's boat, and Babs goes to the beach and exercises, drawing some attention. I'm worried about her because the creature camp is getting close, and it's not a fake out by Frye. The perverts saw it all, and they tell the mayor and the locals. They tell Frye it was a shark attack. They also find the missing village girl caught up in the nets. Frye sees the children looking at the beach, and he rushes down. There's a funeral, and then Nereus opens the casket to put a coin in her mouth, and we see the contrast of old beliefs and the nuns' Jesus beliefs. Neil and Sherry go out looking for Frye, but he's in the cave with a spear gun, and he's not alone. There's some growling down there, so he investigates, and he sees the guk that was on his propeller as Sherry and Neil argue. Neil goes diving and he finds Frye's line, which leads him to the sacrifice caves, where he finds Frye. He's not very rational, but he's making a lot of sense. He wants to get the hell out of there.
Madeline was the one who brought me to this place. And one day, something got to her, just like it's getting to me right now, and it's gonna get to you. This morning they buried 2 women, and one of them, strangely enough, I was quite fond of.
Later, Neil finds Madeline's room, but not her. She's hiding in a trance. And we see some creepy kids up on the rocks, and they're playing, and they're drawing on Lethe's head. Her mother's concerned as someone's gonna fall off, and yeah, Lethe does fall off. Frye sees this, and he jumps in, and he saves her. But he can't save the mom, who also went in. But he also saw the creature. 3 people dead, and they're having a party, and Frye's too drunk to even explain what he saw to Neil and Sherry. Madeline's working on another layer for restoration on this painting because there was only one canvas and they just kept painting over it, of course. And the creature canvas made it to land. It sure looks like they're prepping Lethe for an ancient sacrifice or something symbolic of it. Turns out it's just a tradition to mimic what they used to do back in the days, which is very insensitive. She just lost her fucking mom. Nereus tells Frye that he's unleashed an ancient evil. Judging from Madeline's paintings, I'm unsure of whether the creature's sacrifices are killed or fucked. Well, whatever the case, the nuns get a visit from it, and Sister Anna survives, and Neil goes looking for Madeline and he finds all the dead nuns. Frye goes to Madeline's room and finds the paintings. That creature looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? The storm's starting to hit heavy that night as Madeline is already in the caves planning on sacrificing herself. Neil and Frye arm up and they go down. Madeline seems to be having a pretty good time with herself, if you know what I mean, until Neil wakes her from it.
Get her out of here!
Neil's trying to get her out as Frye does battle with it, and I'm pretty sure it's biting his dick. Frye buys them enough time for Neil and Madeline to get out as he stabs the creature and detonates the C4, blowing it up. Better pray he didn't have babies. The next day, Neil, Sherry, and Madeline sail off. He sees Frye's coins. He could have kept them, but he chose not to, out of superstition. The end. I enjoyed watching this, but it could have been better, so, just give me a remake. It had some potential, but some really annoying go-nothing, go-nowhere dialogue. Also, we barely saw the creature, which was a good thing, because the creature did not look good. And it left me with some serious questions of, who went down there and sealed up the wall and lived? Also, what did the creature eat while it was sealed down there for centuries?
Who are you, anyway? Some latter-day Paul Robeson spewing Shakespeare to the natives.
Don't mind Frye. He played Othello once in college and never quite got over it.
Drunken Treasure Hunter Jones I liked. Really sank his teeth into the role. He was always on the edge, very intense. Script didn't help him or Martin that much, but, you know, I'm pretty sure they just let him ad-lib. They're just like, hey, you want to quote some Shakespeare? Go right ahead.
A small ritual which you are witnessing had its origins thousands of years ago and was designed to ward off, to placate evil.
A little rewrite could have done wonders. I mean, the village didn't still practice the virgin sacrifice, but they knew of it. I also think they tried to explain that the virgin would know to sacrifice themselves. Madeline knew, but she almost knew too much.
The same evil that you, Mr. Frye, have disturbed and aroused from its ancient sleep.
In the end, I think you just could have done a little bit more with the cult aspect and the ancient ways and how the outsiders were powerless. They got the film on this island and it looked amazing. The set was 100% real, and the fact that they got the film in this entire area was pretty awesome. Like, you probably couldn't do that today without spending a ton of money. And this movie did not spend a ton of money from what I can tell visually. Not a bad watch, not a great monster movie, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It's cool to see Martin Kove in something other than Karate Kid. I'll have to look up and see what else he's done. Well guys, as always, thanks for watching.